In a previous video, I've shared with you that we are going to be planting some evergreen trees between us and the neighbors. That area that we are going to be planting the trees in has to be cleaned up. It is full of thorn bushes and just briars and just random stuff that just grew over there on its own. And it has been there since we moved here, and I have cleaned about half of that space, and I still have about half of it. Sorry, the chickens are so loud. They're probably laying some eggs. It is supposed to snow today around 3 o'clock. It's 12 o'clock right now, but I figured I need to come here before I'm not able to. So we're gonna go grab our tools and head over to the area where we need to clean up. So come along with me. I grabbed a shovel just in case if we need to dig something out. I think the ground should be soft enough to dig it up. Even if it's still a little bit frozen, I will be able to do that because it has been in the 50s and 40s for most of this week. So we should be able to do that. Today it's a little windy and it's chilly. So hopefully we can get a lot of this done. Even if I don't do all of it today, I'll at least do some of it because the trees should be coming pretty soon, and I ordered them online from Fast Growing Trees, and hopefully they won't come when we have snow on the ground. Hopefully they'll come at the right time so that I can plant them at the right time and not have to take care of them all this time before we're able to plant them. So got the shovel, and I also got these loppers. I don't have a good saw to cut like thicker branches, but this I think should do. If there's anything that has a bigger diameter, I will have to leave that for some other time. I got myself a small electric saw. I've never used an electric saw before, and my husband got me really nervous because I think he thinks I'm not very good with power tools, but I think I'm getting better at it. Anyways, it's supposed to cut around 6-inch diameter. That's the maximum it could do. So I'm waiting to use that, and maybe I'll try to do that in the summer. I'll practice on some smaller branches and see what I can do from there on, because anyways, and I also got this brush killer. I know it's a chemical and that's controversial, but a lot of the stuff that's there are invasive species, and we don't want them to come back again. If I'm not able to fully take it out, I need to put some of this on it. I know this is usually applied in the active season, but if I make a cut in that tree or shrub, whatever it is, and I pour some of this on it, it should penetrate the stem or the trunk, and that hopefully should kill it. And I might maybe need another application, but usually one application with this does the job. This is Bio Advanced Brush Killer Plus, so that's the one I've been using, and it's giving me good results. If you are being confused because I am an organic gardener and I'm using chemicals, well, in some of the areas in our garden we have tons of invasive species, and they would take over the entire property if we don't do something about them, if we just leave them be. So I've been tackling different areas on our property to get rid of those invasive species. I've sprayed a few times between last year and the year before that, and now what I've been doing is during the spring and the fall I've been going around and just cutting and pulling shrubs and invasive stuff like the sumac and all that, and applying this on them because they do spread everywhere. So let's head over there and show you the area. So this whole area is just full of thorn bushes and sticks like that, and I'm wearing the wrong pants for this. I should have worn my jeans, but they're in the wash. So and there's a giant branch that's broken and hanging over here. I need to be super careful so that it doesn't fall on me. I can see it swinging in the wind. Maybe I need to go around in a different area. I think that's... let me just go around right now quickly. So many things in the way. You see, all these are just a bunch of small thorn bushes that are everywhere. And and I need to be super careful. They're catching on to my clothes. Ow. Do that. I think that you see that orange pole over there? That's where the property line starts. I think I'm gonna go around from the neighbor's property over here behind those trees and start from there, because I can't get to that. You see all this? It's full of thorn bushes. You might not be able to see them because they're so tiny and they're clinging on to me. So I'm just gonna try to go around and get to that. I might have to clean a little bit in front of it so that I'm able to get to it, or I'll just leave those. Oh, yeah. Let's see what we can do. I'm on the opposite side now, and I have all this to clean up. So I already cleaned up in front of those arbs over there, and I was thinking if I start cleaning up from this pole over here, I'll have a better idea of because then I could meet up with the pole that's over there. It's kind of behind the line, you can't really see it, because I wasn't sure which way I need to head. So I think it's just gonna go straight that way, this way. Yeah, maybe I should just go back over there and clean up from there, because that's just gonna overwhelm me. And I think the point is to plant those trees from that point and then coming this way. And I got 12 trees. I don't think we'll be planting all of them over here, but we might. We'll see. They're supposed to grow about 4 to 5 feet wide and 15 feet tall. They're the Spartan juniper, I believe. If I'm not wrong. I totally forgot what I ordered, but when I get them I'll show them to you guys, and we'll be planting them together. So I do have to prepare this whole area. I'm also going to be adding a little bit of soil in the front. We still have a small pile of soil, so I was thinking maybe that will provide a little bit more height to the trees. And then I'm going to be putting a landscaping fabric over them so that this stuff over here doesn't come back again. And I'm not going to put anything over the landscaping fabric so that it won't give the weeds fertilizer and then they would end up growing through it. I've noticed that when I just leave the landscaping fabric as it is for a season or two and then put mulch over it, that helps a lot. Or I can just, after the second season, I could just rip it all off, put cardboard down, and then put mulch on it, and that also will do the job. But if I just put mulch right over it, that's going to cause the weeds to come right through it, and that's going to be a battle, and I don't want to deal with that. So I like to minimize my work, because I'm the one that's taking care of the property over here for most of the time. Sometimes my husband and my kids help, but most of the time it's me who's doing this, and I don't have a lot of time to do it. So I like to cut down on the time for the jobs that I need to do. Let's go ahead now and grab the tools again, and then go circle back to the other area and then just come down this way. I think I have an idea now on which direction I'm supposed to take, so we'll do that. Let's go ahead. This is the area that got cleaned up, and it's a pretty big space. I don't know if you can see the orange post over there. So we're gonna go down this way, and it's going to go there. Sorry, follow my finger, and meet up. It's gonna go kind of through that tree and meet up over there to the orange post. I'm not sure if you guys can see it. So I'll try to clean up as much as I can today. And also, here, let's just show you. Why not? Let me show you this mess over here. This mess over here collected because we were cutting down this crabapple tree. It had a huge branch that was, I think, leaning over to that side, I don't remember, or that side, and we cut down that branch and then we processed it, and it ended up here. And I've been slowly cleaning it up, well, in the summer and the fall. Right now the trailer is full of dirt. I was trying to move it by the end of the fall to the vegetable garden before it was going to snow. It started snowing on me. The soil was super moist and just muddy, so I was sinking in the soil and I wasn't able to take it to the vegetable garden. That was the last pile of dirt I was going to take there. It's full. I overfilled it and I think that's why I had the problem with that. But what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to take some of the soil out as much as I can with buckets or whatever, or a wheelbarrow, and take it over there, and then whatever is left that I'm able to lift and hook back onto the lawnmower, then I'll take that over to the vegetable garden, because I need the trailer to clean this up. Also, that is from that area over there. When we moved in, they had goats, and there was like a goat playpen over there, and it was all broken down, and I was using that area for vegetable gardening as well. So we took that out, and we have no space to put our stuff. We do have 2 acres, but it's all being used up, and we were going to take that to the dump, but we don't have anything to take it in, so it's kind of like we have to collect stuff and then get like a truck or something to take these to the dump for us. But these branches I've actually been using for composting. I'm just tossing them in my huge compost pile, and they decompose. What I do is I do 1 layer of these branches, and then I do 1 layer of greens, like if I have some vegetables that I cleaned up, and if I have weeds or whatever, I just toss it all in there on top of these branches, and then I just create like lasagna layers with these, and I put them in the compost pile. And if I have anything that I don't want to put in my raised beds as compost, I put it in there, because that's just going to take a long time to decompose, and it's a space where I can create a big compost pile and have eventually a huge compost pile that has some good soil in it, so that I don't have to purchase soil. And that's the idea anyways. So we still have some of that stuff over there as well. I just moved it from over here on this side where I was standing next to the trees over there, because that huge area was actually covered all the way up to where that stand is, up to where the tripod is. The huge area was covered with like little trees and invasive stuff and all sorts of things. So this whole area got cleaned up, and I've been slowly working on this, and then eventually I'm going to work on this. So all this was like that when we came in, except for, of course, this pile over here. That over there, it's embarrassing, but we're working on it slowly. Like I said, we don't have a truck or anything like that to take that to the dump, so we kind of have to break it up and put it in our car, or I don't know, or rent a truck, something like that, and then take it over there. So we've been working on that stuff slowly, and it takes time, and my husband works full time, so he doesn't have a lot of time to do that, and it's up to me to do that stuff. And I have 3 kids, one of them is a toddler, so that makes things a little more challenging. Alright, so enough talking, let's go ahead and work a little bit on that area so that I can clean up a little bit before snow starts falling. I also forgot to mention that this whole space that I was talking about over here next to these trees, this whole area was full of poison ivy up to the driveway on the opposite side over there. So that's one of the main reasons why I just kind of had to do this, because at the time we came here we had little kids, and my son was always getting into the poison ivy, so that was not okay. Let's go ahead and get started. Right now I don't have a trailer or anything to put all this stuff in. I'm going to pile it over there on that pile, and then once my trailer is empty, then I'll come back over here and I'll start cleaning up that stuff, because this is the end of our driveway. Everyone, when they come, they park here, and it's super ugly. It's embarrassing. So let's go ahead. Where's the thing I just cut? Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. I'm gonna take this brush killer and apply some of it on the green that I see. Some of the branches are already dead, but if there's anything green, I'm applying this on it. There are tons of bittersweet vines and they're grabbing onto everything. My husband just called me in to have lunch. I think I'm gonna cut just a couple more things. And I'm gonna go inside. It's also starting to snow, barely, but it's starting. I'm done. Wasn't able to get completely to the tree, but I got pretty close to it. And anyways, that was the area. This was the area that I really wanted to clean up. But one of the main reasons I really want to clean up the whole area is so that I can draw a string from the property line over there to the property line on the opposite side, so that I can, you know, plant our trees close to our property line and not be inside our neighbor's property line. Not that it matters, our neighbors are really nice, but who knows if in the future we get other neighbors or whatever. So it's just, it's kind of, you know, it's also being considerate of others, and I think that's always important. So let me show you what I cleaned up. We started over here just right after this tree, about there, and I cleaned up this whole area right here. Also, don't forget those two trees that I brought down, all the way up to that tree over there. Pretty close to it at least. And let me show you over here. I mean, look at this. This is all bittersweet vine. This is what it does. It just climbs up on stuff and just basically chokes it to death. And then we have thorn bushes. This is like a wild rose thing that just grows everywhere. It spreads rapidly. It's super invasive, and I mean, all this was here when we moved in, all of it and more. So we've been slowly cleaning up the whole property, and now just imagine this be looking the same as this. That's how this whole area was when we moved in. The first thing we did is we joined with our neighbors. They had some trees that they wanted to cut. We had some trees that we wanted to cut. So we did it together, and we cut down a lot of the trees, and we got a company. It did it for us, and then just over the years we've been cleaning up the area. And so now this area is pretty clean. In the summer though, it grows with a lot of weeds get in here, so I have to be on top of it. Last season my foot was injured and I wasn't able to. My foot still hurts, but I've been trying to take care of it, and hopefully this season I won't have any problems. It's hurting a little less, and so I'm glad for that. And we'll see. We're just gonna wait on the trees, and now at least I have space to plant them. So if I have any stumps like these over here, I'm just going to cover them with dirt. And anyways, I'm not going to plant the trees directly on the property line because they grow about 5 foot wide. So I have to give them about 1.5 feet or so. They grow 4 foot wide, maximum 5 foot wide. You can see the snow is starting to pick up. I don't know if you guys can see it in the camera. It's really nice, but it's spring, and that's all I can do right now. I mean, just last week we had like over about 1.5 feet of snow. So, and it's March 25th. So now I feel a little more comfortable that I cleaned up this area, and if the trees come, at least I can maybe clean up a little bit behind. I can maybe clean up a little bit behind this tree and run a string from that post to the other post over there, even if I don't clean up the whole area. And then slowly as the season progresses, whenever I have time, I can clean up the rest over here and in the front. Now the pile has grown, of course. It's this big. Once I get the trailer back, this is going to be cleaned up. But for now, the trailer is full of dirt and I'll just have to live with it as it is. I don't like it. Nobody likes it. So I'll have to cut down some of the branches so that I can fit them in it and so that they can fit in the compost pile. Alright, the snow's starting to pick up and I gotta head inside, have lunch and play a little bit with my little one. And I have a video that I was supposed to publish today that I didn't edit because I totally forgot about it. I was super busy the whole week, so I gotta go also do that and do some canning. I'm gonna be canning chickpeas. Yesterday I canned broth, chicken broth. So if you guys are interested in canning, let me know. I'll share that with you also. I've been canning, doing a lot of pressure canning lately. I don't know why. Yeah, I feel more comfortable doing it now that my little one is older. So she's gonna be 3 this summer. So it makes things a little bit easier. Before she was just super clingy and I wasn't able to do anything like that, any pressure canning or anything like that. So if you're interested in that, let me know. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. Woo! It just dropped all of a sudden. And if you have any comments or anything you want to share, just leave it in the comments section down below. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you again next time. Bye.